Hello, oh my beautiful people. Welcome back to That Guy House channel. Now, do I have a story for you? Now, before I get into it, I know I'm wearing the same shirt from yesterday. I don't need, matter of fact, now that that's out of the way, I have a story for you guys today. Okay. Which is interesting because quarantine's been pretty fucking boring. But today's the most exhilarating day I've had in the last month. So, officially, it's actually 1 month since I actually left college. Like, it's to the day. So, yay for me. Anyways, so I decided today that I was going to go outside and get some fresh air. And for those of you who know me, I live literally like 6 turns down the street from McDonald's. It's literally a left, right, left, and I'm there. I'm at the drive-thru. So it's literally like 2-3 minutes max, like away. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put my mask on. I'm gonna go out and get a fucking quarter pounder with some fries. You know what I'm saying? And a large Coke. This is not product placement. This is not a sponsorship. Although McDonald's, if you're watching, holla at your boy. Anyways, so I hop in my minivan. Those of you who know me, you know the Trapmobile legend. We love her. Anyways, so I hop in. The fucking steering wheel got rhinestones. Come on, bro. Like, anyways. So I hop in the minivan, mask on. I'm like, I'm about to go get this quarter pounder. I'm about to feast. Because your boy hungry. So I'm driving down. I get my food or whatever. All right, I'm on the way back. Now, the hill to get up to where I live has 2 lanes that then merge into one. But that you're not supposed to drive in that second lane. Like, you're supposed to go to the other lane before you even reach the part where it starts to merge. Oh my God, I can't stop with these burps. Excuse me. So unprofessional. Don't care. Anyways, so I'm driving up the hill in my minivan, in the Trapmobile. And I'm just driving at a normal speed up the hill. And some car on the side behind me switches to that lane you're not supposed to be in and starts booking it up that side. And mind you, it's about to get ready to merge. Like, we're ready to merge. And he's speeding to try to get over me. So I'm like, what is this man's doing? So he gets pretty fucking close to the van and slides right in front. And I'm like, that was totally unnecessary. Like, what are you doing? So I stick up my middle finger at him. Left hand specifically. I stick up my middle finger to this guy and I leave it up there for 10 seconds. So he knows. So he sees it. Like, I deliberately put it up there for 10 seconds to make sure he saw it. So I put it up there and I'm like, and I'm just standing there driving my fucking minivan with my McDonald's going out like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you in such a rush? So I get up to where it's time for me to make a left to go to the area where I live. And this is literally like 5 seconds from where this just happened up the hill. So he's doing this little swerve maneuver to try to catch where my turn signal is going to be. And I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck. So I'm turning left. So I put my turn signal on. He hops in front of me after doing his little maneuver. And he turns down the same street. And I'm like, all right, so I'm just going to turn with him. Like, whatever. Maybe we live around the same area. Like, okay. And he stops, like, right away. And I'm like, this guy, what is he doing? So he stops his car, puts that hoe in park, and gets out. Now, this is not the first time this has happened to me. That other story, I'll mention that another day. Make sure you remind me in the comments because I might forget. But this is not the first time someone's gotten out the car to try to fight me. So I'm like, oh, here we go again. So he gets out his car. Mind you, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic and he's getting out of his car to come chat to me. I'm not getting out the fucking car, not because I'm a bitch or anything, because I don't give a fuck. Anyways, so he gets out, and he starts talking shit like, oh, what the fuck you putting up the middle finger for? Like, what's good with you? So I lower my window. I'm like, bro, learn how to drive. Like, why are you driving like a maniac? Like, there's no need for that. He's like, and he starts saying whatever bullshit about like, oh, you want to be a man, sticking up your middle finger, then come out like a man. And I'm like, we're not supposed to get out of our vehicles in this time. Like, I'm just genuinely like rebutting everything he says, like with like a fact. Like, you're not supposed to get out. You're driving recklessly on the road. Like, me sticking up the middle finger is not the issue in this equation. So, and he's stubborn or whatever, so he's not getting this. Like, he's not understanding what's happening. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I literally start laughing because I can't believe what this man is doing. I can't believe he's getting out of his car over someone sticking up the middle finger to him. Like, are you that insecure about yourself that you have to get out like this? So anyways, he gets back in his car. Just like, good, buddy, good. Like, you're not supposed to get out of your car. Like, what are you doing? Like, go home. I tell him, like, go home, buddy. Like, go home. He gets back in his car. And he starts driving. And he pulls off to the left, like not even halfway down the block. I'm like, oh, he probably lives right there. This man's bugging. Why didn't he just wait until he was there to get out? And I pass him. I look at him as I'm driving by. I'm like, And I'm driving. And he pulls up right behind me. And I'm like, oh. And at that moment, I was like, he does not know what he's getting himself into. Because first off, I'm not a fighter. And I've never gotten in a fight. But if you provoke me, you best believe I'm throwing hands. I don't give a fuck if you knock me out. Like, I don't care. But I will throw hands. I will throw hands with you if you provoke me, if you throw a punch at me. So I'm like, he does not know what he's getting himself into. Mind you, my older brother, I'm assuming, and I'm sure you guys are assuming, that he's going to follow me to my house, which is exactly what he did. I wasn't scared. I was like, he does not know what he's getting himself into. I will scrap this man. My older brother will definitely scrap this man. If anybody knows my older brother, you know he's not someone you fuck around with, bro. He's been training martial arts for too long that if he sees his brother getting fucked up, he will nearly murder a man with his bare fist. So I'm like, and then my mom, Mexican mom, Hispanic mom, come on, need I say more? So he follows me to my house, and I'm parallel parking. I literally don't give a fuck. Like, I'm literally pulling up. I'm parallel parking. And he stops his car right next to mine. And I hear him through the window. He lowers his window, and I hear him through mine. And he's like, yo, you got something to say to me, man to man? And I was like, oh, here he goes. So I take off my mask. I lower the window, and I'm like, yeah, you need to learn how to fucking drive. Because... And like that's literally all I had to say. Like, what does he want me to say? Like, and he's like, and he stays talking shit or whatever, telling me about he's still pressed about this middle finger. Like, he's still pressed that I stuck the middle finger up at him, and he's telling me like, oh, you ain't a man or whatever because you didn't get out the car when I got out the car. I'm like, bro, like, you're acting like a child. Like, what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Like. If you were speeding to get around me, it seems like you were in a rush. So like, if you're in a rush, if you're driving like you're in a rush, why are you here wasting your time with me? Like, what's wrong with you? So at that point, we start getting into a yelling match, mainly him, because I'm just like, dude, you're like crazy. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's not that deep. And my mom hears this. So now my mom comes outside, my younger brother, older brother, dad. We're all outside now. And I tell my mom, like, bro, like, my mom doesn't like when people speed next to her across that same spot. So I knew she was going to be on my side, regardless, because she doesn't like that either. And I don't fucking like it either. So we're all outside. And I explained to my mom, I'm like, he cut me off driving crazy. So I stuck up the middle finger. I'm like, that's like, there's nothing more than that. And this guy gets out and he starts talking Spanish, and he like makes that a point that like, oh, you didn't know I could talk Spanish. Like, I don't give a fuck if you could speak Spanish, Japanese, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, why are you so pressed about this middle finger? I don't understand. Like, if that were me, like, if I did something stupid on the road and someone stuck their middle finger at me, I'm like, all right, sorry. Like, I know, my bad. Like, I don't get pressed about it. If I get you don't just randomly get a middle finger thrown up at you on the road. Like, there's a reason. Anyways, so now he's chatting with my mom, and he's explaining the story trying to make himself look like the good guy in the situation, like that I just unprovokedly stuck my middle finger at him. When he was mentioning the whole sequence of events, he failed to mention when he got out of his car and was pressing me 2 blocks before this. And so I told my mom, like, oh, he didn't tell you that he stopped and got out of his car over there. So my mom pressed him about it, and he backed off. He's like, oh, my bad. Like, I'm just trying to tell him or whatever. Like, he was so pressed about this middle finger. My mom's like, why are you driving? My mom was on my side. She's like, why are you driving crazy? I don't like it when people be speeding past me on that hill either. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. So the guy eventually is like, all right, whatever. So my dad comes down. He's like, I'm sorry, but my son, like, he shouldn't have done that. But like it, like, this is done. Like, that's it. Mom says the same thing. The guy's like, whatever, my apologies. Yeah, your fucking apologies, dude. Fucking overreacting because I did this. Like, what? So he gets back into his car. He leaves. And then my mom and dad come at me for doing this. Like, all the missteps this man made, all the mistakes he made in this equation. And they're yelling at me. In what normal world does someone react like that? They're like, oh, what if he this? What if he that? Like, we're not talking about what ifs here. Like, the situation happened. Let's not talk about what ifs. Let's talk about what happened. And what happened was this man overreacted over a stupid little middle finger. Like, it's that simple. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not one to like to provoke a fight. So I stayed in the car, and I told him off with my words like I normally do, because I don't want, I try to control the situation with words and not let it get physical. So that's like the moral of the story is like, don't get out your car over some stupid shit. And like I said, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. This is actually the second time it's happened to me. The first time I'll mention it some other time because this video is getting kind of long, but like, I don't like, it's always me too. Like what? Like, why, dude? Like, I'm trying to fucking get a quarter pounder and feast. Like, and you're out here bugging me. First of all, you're driving like a madman, and then you're bugging me. You're threatening me. What? Like, I literally was laughing at him when he got off the first time. I was laughing at him. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're acting like a child. Like, you're seriously acting like a child. Like, how is it that I told him, like, you're a grown ass man acting like a fucking child. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, no way. Like, I don't even think anyone my age would get that pressed over a middle finger. And you're a grown ass man. Talking about doing grown ass man shit. Like, this is not what a grown man does. So there's my little rant. I will probably have more encounters like that, just like how just by my nature. But thank you for sitting through this video. I hope it was entertaining. This might be the most entertaining one because it's actually a story, and for me, it was entertaining. But yeah, I apologize for the long time. I know I said I was going to keep them under 10 minutes. It's hard when you got all this emotion. You know, you've been inside, and this is like your first sense of any action in a whole month. So I'll just fucking stay inside. Like, I literally just wanted to get McDonald's, bro, and then some dude followed me home and was like threatening to beat me up. Like, what? Oh, whatever, dude. And I've been shirtless this whole time. You can tell I'm amped up. Whatever. Whatever, dude. That guy Al signing out. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike. I like I said, I genuinely don't care. It's just me venting now. Like, this has become therapeutic in a sense. Later.